I've spent $83,111 worth of Frost Stars in Whiteout Survival in 260 days. Yes, that is a little bit of a cold you can hear, and yes, I am still on vacation. I'm going to try to make this one short and sweet. Well, it's not going to be too short, but we've got Treasure Hunter to do tonight. I am going to do that. We'll go through what the spend is going to be tonight, and we got an update on Winter Siege and a couple other miscellaneous things, so let's get into it and see where we land. Let's see how long in this video ends up, or not. Hopefully on the not section, but let's see. Here we go. We do have Gaia Heart to do again tonight also. So let's take a look at the event schedule like I've been trying to do lately. We got Dreamscape coming up, Treasure Hunter we're going to do. We've got those new things, Gear Forge and Ascension training, not much to talk about there. Winter Siege, we are going to talk about King of Icefield coming up, which basically I'm just going to get basic points for that. All right, that's all we got going on, so nothing crazy to talk about there. Alliance Showdown, we're doing pretty good on here. If we look at the schedule, like, all right, they're going to beat us in the last phase, I think, if we don't push hard, but it doesn't really matter because we took them the rest of the match. So we're already 9-zip. So it's going to end up 9-4, it looks like, and we'll end up winning Alliance Showdown. Tundra Trucks is pretty much over. Winter Siege, let's take a look at this quickly. So this was an interesting format. Let me tell you, I guess let me just take a pause here and talk about some pros and, I guess not pros and cons, the strategy we used and what other people have been telling us, and now that I know a little bit more about the game. So first of all, even though we were kind of, I don't know if this is good matchmaking or bad, I assume the game takes into account in matchmaking like it does for other events, like maybe for state versus state, attendance or, you know, like activity, player activity. So maybe it was the case that we have more power but less player activity, and therefore it may match us up with somebody who is lower power. I don't know how the matchmaking works exactly. However, I will say that it became obvious to me that having an active alliance actually matters quite a bit here. Because if you have a full active alliance, you can actually beat stronger whales as well. It didn't matter that I'm the whale of the state. They easily unthroned me from the castles I was in as warden. I may say easily, it took them a lot of hits. The goal was to burn energy. So what we basically did is I put my strongest march, and it was kind of a mixed march because I needed the march. As far as I understand for this event, you have to have whatever you go in with is what you have. So I wanted to make sure I can attack with that march as well as defend with that march. So it was really more about like total power. I did notice that the battle results did look like standard battle reports. So unlike something like Alliance Championship, it did look like they were standard battle reports. So I think the ratios do matter here. One player suggested that that me, the whale, shouldn't actually do any attacking until one of the lanes is clear. So have the rest of the team clear a lane. But I don't know, man, like whoever gets to 0 first wins. And if it was a much more of a stiffer competition than what we were up against here, or a bunch of active players, like it could have been a much harder race. The thing is that you only get 2 more attacks. So you start off with 3 attacks each squad, and after those are gone, you only get 2 attacks per hour. Basically, each one of those squads gets 1 more attack every 2 hours. So, as far as pros and cons, that's a little bit of a rough one for me because this event started at the reset at 8 o'clock p.m. my time, and then I had another opportunity to do 2 attacks at 10, 2 attacks at midnight, and then 2 attacks at 2 a.m. if I managed to be up. I did wake up around 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m., and the team had already finished the job by then, so I didn't even need to do my extra 2 attacks. But that's the thing. If you're not online and able to get those attacks in, then you're not going to do as well as the other team. So the more people who have people online, the more an alliance has people online ready to do those attacks every 2 hours, the better they're going to do. So would it have mattered to actually, hold my attacks back? I don't know, because I was able to get the other attacks in. And basically, I helped clear a lane by doing some of the attacks that I did do, because they're, of course, just like I did, they had one of their whales in one of the castles there, whatever you call them, strongholds. So, I think our strategy worked fine. But our strategy was basically we stacked our defenses in the main towers and in the main stronghold. The idea being that they weren't going to be able to easily clear them, even after they cleared me or one of the other, stronger players we had. They'd have a thick stack of other people to get through as well before being able to clear it out. Basically, what you're trying to do is buy time. The way I look at it is you're trying to buy time. The longer it takes them to break through, the longer it takes them to go after your main castle as well. So that was our strategy. I think it worked out all right. It worked out well enough for us to get a victory. But as some of you have noted, like, yeah, we have a lot more power than them. But this is one of those events, like I said, it's not just power in this event. So, you know, keep that in mind. That's something I actually liked about this event, that it wasn't just about power. And when it came to the actual battles, I don't know if I can show it easily because it's hard to get into the screen when it shows it. Where is it? Is it in ranking? No. Somewhere in here, there's is it in battle results? No. Somewhere in here, it shows the ranking of everybody who participated. Where is it? Is it in? No, I don't. It's not here. Why am I having such a hard time finding it? Zone? No. Battle results? Is it here? Leaderboard. There it is. So if you look through these leaderboards, like, yeah, I'm the strongest in our alliance by far, but I didn't take the leaderboard in any of these items. I came close, but didn't come. You know, I didn't take the leader on any of these items. So these rewards and these you know, everyone got a chance to get. Basically, is what I'm getting at. So let's see. I don't know if they show who got them here. Yeah, I don't know. All right, enough talk about that. All right, let's move on. Let's take a look at the, and then we got to do the shop before, I got to see what the best items are in the shop. Let me just check Torxon quick. I don't know if he put a thing on this, but I guess what I'll do is the standard, let's see, Winter Merchant. I don't know if he's got this in his website. Winter Seige, Winter Merchant. So it looks like the highest value items here are refined fire crystals, well, we don't have refined yet, fire crystal shards, and then fire crystals and the hero gear components, and after that it goes down from there. Charms, basically, which was what my instinct was anyway. So I'll just grab these since they're highest value, and I'll grab, how about the essence stones? Yeah, reasonable. But I think what I need more of is actually not the highest value here, so I won't grab it. But and I'm doing all right on essence stones. Not great, but let's see, what do we got? 3,000 left. I'll grab that in. I guess I'll grab that as much as I can here. Some charm designs, just to kind of catch up a little bit on the charm designs. All right. Okay, so now Officer Project. Speaking of hero gear, Officer Project is going to have me spending essence stones, basically, because that's the only thing I could do. So let's talk about hero gear for a quick second. We take a look at hero gear. My arena run this week has been trash because I have family visiting. You know that if you've been following me. I'm on vacation. What I did notice is that I forgot, kind of, that I only needed 2 mythic gear to ascend these to plus 19. Well, plus the XP, of course. But so I did that. We got a lot. You saw the other day I had like a huge number of lucky hero gear chests to open. So I got a lot of mythic gear. I don't really want to waste it per se, but it give me a little bit of a shot in arena. I just put 2 of them each on some of the gear here for the arena gear, and that's it. That's all I did, because there's nothing about SVS there. All it uses is mythic gear. It doesn't even use essence stones. It doesn't use mithril or anything. To go any farther, now you'll have to use mithril, but that initial ascension doesn't cost anything but it's going to lock in that gear. You can't reset it, and it costs some stones. So I do arena enough that I'm like, you know what? Let me just plus 19 them, and let me just let them sit there. Now, the other thing we can do though is we can work on some of the other stats. So just to get some stones used. So I'm not going to empower, but I can just do some stones here. And I think this is going to be close to clearing basic rewards. All I want to do there is clear the basic rewards. So, and again, since they did it in segments now, it makes it easier. Okay, so I'm going to have to do another one.
Those who defile ancient ground.
does consume some mythic, but so close. Is there anything else I can do here? Widgets, mithril, shards. I don't have any shards. Chief gear. I don't really want to do chief gear right now. So do another one.
Those who defile ancient.
There we go. Hopefully that's enough. All right, there we go. So just enough to clear the basic rewards here. And I just want to make sure I do that because, you know, I'm not spending a bunch now. But you know, and I will try to save what I can for SBS. But in the meantime, I got to have fun with the stuff I'm doing. And even though I've had a trash run at Arena this round because I've been so busy with family stuff, you know, it is one of the things I kind of enjoy doing at the reset. So Foundry, I did not participate in at all. Yeah, the team has this tomorrow, so I'm not even included in that. Alliance Championship, of course, we still got going on. Endless Trial, let's talk about this. Now, I could probably get close to this high score again if I want to mess around with my hero gear, and actually I probably should just because I'll see what happens, because I'm doing Gaia Heart tonight, so let's give this a quick shot here. Here's what's happening, though. If I hit it with my primary attack squad, I do pretty good. I do all right. I do like a 4.5 usually, 4.5 mil or so. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I got a new high. Oh, no, that's because it's the first one for the day. So that's 4.4. If I hit it a bunch of times, I'll usually end up with something like 4.5. Now, if we switch the gear up for Gaia Heart, which I have to do shortly, that goes there. He gets next best, and he gets scraps, and then this goes here.
Shots clatter or tune.
And next goes here, and he already has the scraps. And then for Lancers, I think we gotta switch this up, and she gets the next best, and she gets the scraps. All right, and that's what we got going on here.
Nothing.
There we go. And I found the other day that the best, so I'm gonna just run with this and see what happens. So this is basically my season 4 heroes have all the best gear. But I found the other day that it seemed to be like putting Logan in there worked better. Yeah, that's only 4.5. And we can run it multiple times, but if you watch the video I did the other day, I think it was like Logan, Reyna, and Alonso did the best, if I recall. So it's an interesting kind of event, but you know, it is what it is. It's an interesting thing. It's like until my power grows substantially, I probably won't be able to get that mithril at the 5 billion mark. So we'll leave that one alone for now. I just wanted to show some of the progress there. I've been doing all right in the event and the daily ranking, though. I tend to be all right. Yeah. And oh, I got to do it 3 times to get that reward. You know what? While I'm here, might as well run it one more time. Finish off that reward. All right, I'll let that run though. Let's look at the spend. So here's the thing. I've been telling you lately, I'm really focused. I'm hyper focused now on super efficient spending. I'm not going to buy stuff that is not at the really good values anymore. I'm waiting for the really good values. Yes, that may mean I'm going to fall behind other big whales who are spending, you know, $1,000 a day or something. I can't keep doing that. I'm not going to keep doing that. I've put a lot of money in this account. I'm enjoying playing the game. I'm enjoying where I'm at. I've got a good account built up, and now it's just a matter of, you know, having some fun and trying to focus on strategy more. And I'll keep on spending on the things that make sense to spend on. So that's what I'm focused on right now. So speaking of which, you know, Artisan's Trove, it's there routinely. It's a kind of a standard value kind of item. It's not super high value. It's just always kind of there. So, you know, I'm not going to buy it because it's always there and it's not super high value. If I need it for, you know, to bridge a gap or something like that, maybe I will. Same thing with Dawn Market. I think Chief Gear is the best stuff to buy here if I recall from Torxum's website. But again, it comes routinely. It's not super high value, so I'm just not going to touch it. And the same with the custom artistry chest. Like, I'm not going to touch this right now. I probably should put a little bit in on this, so I'm spending a little bit over time, spreading it out. But right now, I'm trying to take a little break and remind myself of what it's like to not be spending crazy all the time. So this is like if anything else, it's like a detox for me, right? So same with the custom pet chest. These are all things that come routinely, and they essentially establish the 100% value in Torxum's website. So the reason is because you can get them all the time. So it's not something super special. It's not something you need to blow the bank on. If you need it, you can buy it from here. It's not a bad deal. It's not a particularly good deal either, though. It's better than the regular shop, but it's the standard way you would get these items outside of the regular shop. Nobody should be touching the regular shop for the most part. So these are the ways you get these items outside of the regular shop. And so therefore it's only like 100% value. It's not a special value. It's like it's like when something's on sale all the time, that's those items. You know you're always going to be able to get it at that price. Let's do the daily deals. By the way, again, I asked Torxum to add this to his website just so people can see the value there. It is really one of the better deals in the game. It's like, I think he calculates it at like something like 200% value. So that's why I still will buy it. All right, now we'll grab the claims, and we'll be resetting tomorrow. So I'm not gonna buy anything here, just grab the claims and be done. And regular pack we're good with, so we don't need to do anything there. Oh, got a new high there. All right, and actually probably can, where is it? Grab my daily as well. All right. Now let's check out the deal section. And again, in the deal section, I really got no business in here because I got what I need. So I'll just spend that one that I got here, so I don't end up with a ticket that's useless. And then we'll claim the Endless Wayfarer. We'll claim the Hero Rally. By the way, these are all, I'll keep on spending on these. These are all good value items that I'll buy weekly because they bring good value. And then sign in and earn it. We'll make the claim, but I'm not going to do the dollar spend yet because I'm going to try to align that with the normal cycle of when I do the weekly resets. Deadshot, nothing extra to do here. And I didn't get a chance to do this before recording, so grab that there. All right, that's the deal section. Now we'll take a look at Treasure Hunter before we get into Gaia. All right, so we'll make all of our claims here. And Treasure Hunter is a super high value event, but if you go beyond the limits, then it becomes not. It's just diminishing returns basically. Instead of being like a super high value event, the efficiency, the value goes down and down and down the more you spend. So I think with that spend, I should have enough to clear enough floors to get this last 20 mithril. If not, I'm going to have to spend a little more. But I think if I recall from the data, that I should be able to. So the goal here is to try to clear these boards without using the pity reward like I just had to do there. So let's see how many times we can clear the board without using the pity. And not that time. That's two for two in the dumper. That's a little better. That's about halfway through. Come on. Oh, man. Maybe it was one away from the pity reward. And pity again. Come on now. Just give me... Ah, there we go. Got it in 3. That's nice. That helps because it means, the axes will go farther. Man. Number of times you get the pity. But I'm already at 89. This will be 90. Oh, man. Brutal. Oh. Okay, I touched it too quick. All right. Come on now. I need a floor or two. That was... Oh, I did it again. I did it again. Sorry. Well, that was a little better. I didn't need all the axes to clear that. If I'm just a few away from being able to clear this, all right. That's what I need. I need a couple more runs. I think I'm good now, though. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm not necessarily good. Come on. Wow. I may actually be... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I had such bad luck that oh man. I had such bad luck that now I have no choice but to spend another $100 on the event because there's no way I'm leaving that on the table. There's no way I'm leaving 20 Mithril. Look at that though. Oh no. No, after that claim I get 40 more. All right. Crisis averted. I could have swore that spending up to $50 a day guaranteed you get it. So I think it was correct. Even with the bad luck that I got, we were able to clear it. All right. No need to spend an extra 100. So now the rest of this is just a little bit of bonus. And I'm going to turn off auto. Hopefully I turned off auto. Because now we cleared that floor. There's no reason to use these 10 axes because I can't guarantee that I can clear the floor. So I might as well save them and wait for the next event. And that's how we're going to pick up a tiny little bit of efficiency. But we did pick up quite a bit more hero gear chests from that run. And it only cost us, you know, what was it, $85 a day? So I think it was total $410 or maybe $425, something like that when you add it all up. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at the hero. Let's take a look at the backpack before we do Gaia. 613. So we're guaranteed to get 6. I'm going to hope for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not bad. That's 1.5 times. That's pretty good. And that's a bunch of more hero gear, mythic gear to put in the bank. And, all right. We'll clear this out. All right. No luck on that. Clear this out. And we'll put these away for safekeeping. That away for safekeeping. This. Oh, got a bunch of this stuff. All right. And then we'll clear some of this stuff out while I'm in here. And then take a look at the hero gear. Man. All right, another island decoration component. And another one. Good. That's the stuff I like to see. All right. For those of you who like to see what's in the backpack, here you go. Here's your little preview. What are these that I have a bunch of? Trade vouchers. I didn't have enough to buy extra stuff. Oh, might as well turn that in. For gems. And let's see. That's where the expert stuff is. Pet stuff really needs a boost. And Mithril is looking pathetic. A bunch of shards to turn in. Oh, and I got to do these little wish missions, the wish sigils. All right. Speaking of which, I haven't really covered this in my channel, but if we take a look, I hope that you have figured this out by now. Those buildings are not really about what they say they're about. That's not what we care about anyways. We don't care that the bakery is giving bread to people, do we? I hope you don't. What we care about is that it's giving us daily rewards and troops deployment capacity 100. That's what I care about. So I don't know if this building will eventually be able to be leveled up or something, but that's what I really want it for right there is the extra troop deployment. And this, I don't know, can I build this yet? I'd have to grab all the things. How about this? What is this one? The vinyl shop. To buy all these things. I guess we'll try for this. I don't think I have enough. I think they've arranged it so it's going to be a slow trickle to get all the things you need. Yeah, so, and now I'm out, so I gotta wait another day. Can I get it? Is there anything for 1,000? Yeah, and now I'm out. I'm out of coins, gotta wait for another day to accumulate some more. All right. So, let's see. What else do we have? what else did we have? The hero gear. That's where I was at. If we take a look at the hero gear, I'm going to dump some of that
Is the shield
on
of justice.
this gear here. Whatever I got extra. And then the rest over here. Yeah, thought that was going to be it. Just to make sure I'm putting everything out before I do Gaia Heart.
Is the shield.
And now I do have the Gaia Heart lineup, yes? Just looking and verifying. Yes, indeed. It is the proper, yeah, it is the proper Gaia Heart lineup. Or at least the hero gear lineup. And there's not much more we can do here other than run it and try our best. So we'll grab them with Greg. And they get the 60-40. And then we get Logan, Mia, and Lynn. And they get the 48. 448. And then we run Geronimo, Billy, and Greg. And they get the 50, 20, 30. And then we see what happens. We're on level 10, so it's not gonna be easy. It's just not gonna be easy. Gonna take some kind of luck. Oh man, so close. No, this is not gonna be the run. Took my big squad out right away. Come on now. Just a little bit of luck. That's all I need. Nope. Man. Brutal. Level 10 is brutal. Can it happen? No. Nope. And that's what we get. That's what we get when we're not going crazy. So, but, you know, it is what it is. All right. We'll leave that. And let's see. What else do we have tonight? What else do we have? I covered Winter Siege. I covered the Beast, whatever that's called. Winter Howler. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called whatever it's called. Covered that. Covered Treasure Hunter. Got our... Oh, I didn't get our Mithril, did I? Did I? Oh yeah, that was not in the form of a chest. That's just a Mithril. All right. And yeah, I think we're good. I'm curious to know what if you like the Winter Siege event. It's a different format, so it's fun to play a different format. Obviously, you know, the only thing I kind of didn't like about it is the way I had to be online quite a bit to make sure that I get my hits in. You know, I mean, yeah, you can argue that this is a way that developers make it so that you can easily log in throughout the day, but really you got to log in early if you're going to want to try to win. So if you're going to be competitive, you got to try to be there right after the reset, get the hits in, and get your hits in every 2 hours. So that I'm not a huge fan of that format, but I did kind of think the event was something different, something nice to play, and I like the fact that there are strategies you can use where you don't require power to win necessarily. You know, and I like the fact that I wasn't on top of all the leaderboards. The format was clearly done in such a way that power alone was not what mattered, and I like seeing that. So anytime I see that in the game where there's opportunity for strategy and just pure power is not what matters, I kind of like seeing that because it gives me hope that there's some balance. You know. All right. I think that's all I have for tonight. I'll continue grinding. If we take a look at the neighboring states, I know a lot of you like to see some of this stuff. I don't really care much about personal power or kill count, but take a look at total hero power. You know, I'm not up there. I'm not really high up there. Take a look at hero power. Well, I got Geronimo on right now, but I think some of these have Reyna or Lynn on, so I think I'm right up there with that because I have maxed gear. And then pet power, I'm still looking pretty decent on. In fact, if I wanted to push this farther, I could easily right now, but I'm not. So I'm probably easily within the top 3 as well once I actually use those common wild marks in a SVS. Island prosperity, I don't care a whole bunch about. It's amazing to me that people have spent that much on islands, by the way. And then labyrinth, I'm looking pretty good on still. So I'm still 3rd there, holding on for dear life. Actually, look at that. I'm one away from tying for 2nd place, 2 away for losing the 4th place. It's kind of tight at the top there. And total expert power, again, not the top of this list, but not too bad. I'm right up there. I imagine over time this will start to slip a little bit as well if I'm not, spending crazy like some people are. But that's where things are. Hope you enjoyed that. I think, and then this is the last day for Treasure Hunter, so you won't see anything more with Treasure Hunter. We will have, like I said, a Dreamscape coming up, which I usually don't show on camera because I don't like doing Dreamscape on camera. We do have Flame and Fangs. I didn't even realize we had that coming up, so I better be careful about how I do my missions. Make sure that we're close to nighttime now, so I better do all my missions and just leave them there and not claim them. So, all right. And take a look at VIP section quick. By the way, I keep on forgetting to do this. I catch myself doing it later in the day. You got to click that little calendar now instead of the little chest. Make sure you're getting your claims like I was. I don't think my luck was particularly good tonight, so I'm going to skip the spinner wheel. But there we are, right up at the edge of that 5. Still 32.9 million more points to go. Maybe someday. Maybe. You never know. You never know. Maybe someday. It's just going to be a long journey now before this comes. So, but I hope, speaking of journeys, I hope you're enjoying this journey. I hope you're enjoying spending some time with me every night, seeing how the account progression is going, understanding what I'm doing and why, for better or worse. Sometimes I speak my mind about things. I know not everybody likes what I say all the time. Hey, welcome to life, right? Like that's how things go. You're not always going to agree with me even, and I'm not always going to be in a good mood, even though I try my best when I turn this camera on to be in a good mood. It's not always going to happen, but I'm going to try for your benefit and for mine because it helps to try to maintain a good, healthy mental outlook and attitude towards everything you approach in life. But anyways, if you want to try to help me out, if you like following this journey and you want to continue to see me following this journey, I need your help. What you need to do is share the channel with others so maybe we can pick up some new subscribers. And then you yourself, make sure on every video you give me a like, subscribe, and then turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, I'll see you later.